evening. How are you doing today? I'm so sorry I was late to come on here today. I think I looked at my clock and I thought I was in good time and then I realized I was late. Okay. I'm so sorry and thank you so much for, waiting for those who waited. And thank you so much. I do appreciate you. I'm not going to be here for too long. It's been a while since I came online, and I just wanted to come here and say hello and encourage someone because I know we all need encouragement. We all need just to know that, God is on our side. Okay. Hi, my name is Betty, and I'm so grateful to be here today. I I'm always I'm going to try. I am, I think. I'm going to try to be coming on here regularly, and I hope you can be here to support me. But today, I want to talk about something like, I noticed that has been going on, especially with some people that have been inboxing me, and I just want to be an encouragement to them. Okay. I want to be an encouragement to them because it's important that we encourage one another. Okay. So if we haven't talked before, I know you've seen my name on Facebook. I'm Betty. I'm passionate about healthcare. I'm passionate about home care, taking care of people who are not able to take care of themselves. And in the process of taking care of themselves, we have to make sure that our systems are working well so that we can give them quality. Okay. So if you know me, then you know I love things being nice and working in a nice way. Not every time that everything will be good, but you know that I do like working things with things that are streamlined. You know that I love taking care of people. Anyone who's been around me for a while now knows that I love home care, and I really, really do love giving quality care. And I'm very, 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 what can we say? I'm very passionate about people who I meet and they do the same thing. Okay. So today I'm just going to give you a word of encouragement. I'm not going to talk much about home care. For today, I just want to give you an encouragement. And so I'm going to use the word of God. If you know me, I'm a born again Christian and I love the Lord. And definitely I will use the word of God as my basis. I know many people try to take away the word of God from things that they do, but I like to use the word of God even for those small things that you may think that are not necessary. I believe that the word of God is powerful. In this season, I have taken it upon myself to talk about shelving our dreams, because sometimes we have people who come to us and they discourage us. We have people who you might talk about whatever it is that you're planning and they discourage you, or you just see the reaction and you're sure they're not on your side, they are not supporting you. But we have to remember that we're children of God. Okay. We're children of God, and God has put us in the place of service depending on which area you are in. You don't have to be in home care. You don't have to be in any kind of care business, but every line of business is ministry. Even if you're an accountant, that is ministry. God has given you numbers as part of what you do to help other people, to serve other people. If God has given you the vision, you wrote that vision down and you put it in the shelf. It doesn't matter what it is. You wrote that vision down, put it on the shelf because maybe one, two, three things are not working out in your life and you feel discouraged. I want to encourage you today and give you a word that I hope that will help you through. It's been the word that I do journal. I went through a coaching with one of the great coaches here, and one of the things she taught us was journaling. And I really took that seriously, to journal, because sometimes it can be difficult to write and you want to use software, but I decided to go the old school way and journal. And one of the verses I journal this year, and especially in the year 2025, I have three, but there's one that I wanted to share with you. That is Psalms 32, verse 8. God says, I will instruct you and teach you in the way that you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. Some other versions will say that God will advise us and he will watch over us. Okay. So if it's something that that you have a passion for, and God has given you that gift, and it's in your lane, it's in your lane, because sometimes we try to do things that are not in our lane, and then we end up suffering for that. If it's something that is in your lane, it's something that God has called you to do, I ask you to take it out of the shelf and sit down and take your time. Ask God for directions. Ask God to instruct you on the way that you go, ideas of what you should do, things that you should do that will help you refocus and bring that excitement back to what you had shelved. So, in other words, make God the CEO of that business that you are trying to do. Make God the CEO of the business that you're trying to do. Not everybody is going to be for you, okay? Not everybody is going to be for you, but you start from where you are. Start in that imperfection, okay? Start in that imperfection. If it is not perfect, it's still okay. It's the beginning, Humble beginnings are very important. Start from where you are. I remember when I was starting these live videos, I was feeling a little bit I didn't want to do it, because I was feeling like, well, maybe I'm not very equipped to do these live videos. Maybe my camera has an issue. Maybe, there was so many things that were coming along. But I decided whatever camera I was going to use, it was going to work. It was going to work. And if it doesn't work, that's okay. But I'm just going to go ahead and come here live, even without what do you call it, because so many people want to overdo things, and some of us who have struggled with perfection can have that problem of trying to do things beyond what we can think or imagine. That's how I can put it. So I'm asking each and every one of you to unshelve your dreams, unshelve your goals, right? Now, one time, I think a while ago, I did put a post on here, and in the post I talked about like, you go to work 9 to 5, right? But also, and then what do you do between 5 and 9 p.m.? you know it's I know you've had this before, and some people take it as cliche. What do you really do between 5 and 9 o'clock? Because between 5 and 9 o'clock, you could take an hour or two just to make your your dreams come true, especially if you are a solopreneur. If you don't have a team, you have to do everything, right? Think about it. Between 5 and 9, you need to have some time. You don't have to have all the 4 hours. Just set some time. You could set an hour, you could set an hour and a half, but that will make a difference for you. So again, I repeat, unshelve that dream, unshelve that dream, and let God use you to bring it to life. Let God use you to serve other people. Let God use you to serve other people. Okay? I repeat, let God use you to serve other people. If you don't serve other people, then, okay, for myself, if I don't serve people, I will not feel satisfied. Even when people don't appreciate you, because sometimes you do things for people, you go out of the way to do things for people, but they don't appreciate you. But you know the call that God put in your life. You know what God called you to do in any area. Okay, it doesn't have to be in healthcare. Okay, in any area where God has gifted you the ability to thrive in that area, use that to serve other people. Okay, so I said I wasn't going to be here for long, but I want to start coming on here and doing our Saturday night chats and all. And so I just want to leave you with three things to remember today. God is your GPS. You're not going to walk in circles, because our God is not a God of confusion. He will guide you every step. Okay. Then number two, you are not forgotten, because his eyes are on you 24/7. But you have to also go to him and let him know that you are surrendered to him to help you in that thing that you want to do, whatever it is. The other number three is the future is already secure. If God has the plan for you, you can walk in peace knowing that, God has the plan for you. But that doesn't mean that you sit down, and do nothing. That doesn't mean that you sit down and do nothing. You have to work that plan. You have to work that. Seriously, if God has given you a dream, you have to work the dream so that God can also help you as you go along. Let me give you a story. There was a time that, like, the business was so down, and the clients were not coming, and there was temptation to just quit and go and do something else. The temptation was so high to just quit or close the business and go and do something else. But I remembered the dreams I had a long time ago. And actually, some friends who have worked with me closely, they would tell me that, you kept talking about home care for a very long time, you from years. In fact, I remember one lady telling me, oh my God, since I met you, and this is more than 10 years ago, you've been talking about home care, you know and you see, it's because I had the passion for it. But sometimes you can talk about your passion and forget about it, but someone else registers it. They might not know what to do with it, but they registered it. So when I was going through a tough time with no clients, with the phone calls not ringing, no clients. And remember, the for me, my question was, the previous year I was so busy, my phone was just ringing. In fact, I was saying no to some clients, because you have to consider a lot of things when it comes to a business, and that's a talk for another day. Sometimes you say no to some clients, and that's another topic for another day. So, but what was driving me during that season? What was driving me when the phones were not ringing? What was driving me when the emails were not blowing up? What was driving me is the passion and that thing that I knew inside, that I was in the right spot. This is what I was called to do. I was called to serve people. That is my passion. And in fact, everywhere I go, sometimes you find me, just helping out and doing things, because that's what I know how to do. That's how I'm comfortable in helping people, even when people don't reciprocate that help, even when people don't do their part. I still do mine, because it's the way, it's what I know. Okay, so I want to encourage you that dream that you're removing from the shelf tonight or this weekend. Start looking at it and ask God to guide you and protect you and show you the way forward. Because if that, and then what I want to say, if that dream is from God, if that's your purpose, if God has called you on that line, even when things are going south, even when things are not working, even when when the phones are not ringing, like I said before, even when emails are not coming, when there's no referral source coming to you, you know that God put that in your heart and it's just a season. Because let me tell you, if you decide to go somewhere else and decide to close and do something else, God will always find someone else to work. But if your shop is still open, you're still open, you're making sure you're making sure you're compliant in any kind of business that you're running, right? Make sure you're compliant. All right, make sure you're compliant. So if you are in that situation where what I'm saying, where you are removing the dreams from your shelf tonight, let me know. Let's see how I can help you. I mean, sometimes to talk to someone, okay? If you're going to remove your dreams from the shelf, send me a note. Let me know. You can also write it here. Just say I have unshelved my dreams. Or you can inbox me if it's something I know how to do, or if it's something we can talk through and I help you through it. Then I'll definitely do that. But if it's not in my lane and I don't know how to do it, we will find someone who can help you, okay? The only thing is, if it's anything to do with accounts, don't come to me. Just ask me who I can refer you to. I know two lovely ladies here who can do that. But other things, to do with operations, administrative stuff, customer service, I can help you with those. But yeah, I'm not blessed over there. So okay, so I'm not going to be here for that long. I think I have overstayed my time. But I wanted to say, by the way, did you see on my post today, did you see that I have an upcoming webinar? If you didn't see that there's a webinar coming, you better go and check my posts and see. But I do have a webinar coming, and it's a free webinar. So if you want to start your home care business, you have the passion for starting home care, you have the passion of helping people who are not able to help themselves, not because they don't want to, because sometimes people are sick, they're not able to help themselves. Sometimes people are old, they are not able to do the things they could do before. They just need some extra help. So if you are interested in starting a home care business, you are welcome to click the link. I have provided the link there. Secure a seat for yourself. It is free. You're going to learn how to start, and you can start from there. Okay, you can always start from somewhere. So I'm going to pen off today. Is it pen off, or I'm just gonna be gone? Okay, have a good night and a nice weekend. If you would like to start your home care and you haven't seen the link, just comment on this post, and I'm going to post it here on the post so you can see it. But you are welcome to jump on in and enjoy the time with us too. We're going to be enjoying some nice 60 minutes, and I'm going to share with you what I can. There's going to be question and answer for those who have question and answer, and that's going to be on August 23rd. Yeah, August 23rd at 10 a.m. It's free, so come and get some knowledge, come and get some startup knowledge. After that webinar, you should be able to start. If you want to do it by yourself, you should be able to start. If you want to work with me, we can talk about that on the side. But the information will be there for everyone who comes in. And you're going to also have a checklist where you can start off and start ticking what you need to do, where you need to go. Okay, and that's a gift from me to you. Just come on the 23rd. Let's talk home care. Okay, in the meantime, you can drop any questions you have. I'll be able to answer. If it's not something private, you can drop it here. I'm going to answer here. and so that everybody can see the answer. If it's something to do with your dream, the one that we just talked about, that you're going to remove from your shelf tonight and you don't want everybody to know your business, that's okay. Send me a message and I'm going to reply to you. All right? Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. I acknowledge everybody who was able to come live while I was live. Thank you so much for your time and for honoring me with your time. You know, I don't take it for granted that you chose to just sit and listen to me. I don't take it for granted that you chose to do that. So thank you. And for those who are going to watch the replays, next time, please also come online so we can chat and have a good time. In the meantime, I know you're also going to take your time, your 20 minutes to watch what I'm saying, to listen to me. Thank you so much for doing that. You can share the video, you can share with your friends, and welcome those who want to start their home care too. Just let them know Betty has a home care webinar coming up and they can join. Have a lovely weekend. I look forward to seeing you all, and all the ones who want to start home care. I look forward to seeing you. And also remember to just keep checking on each other, you know, and let you, what do I want to say? Just checking on each other. Because sometimes people are going through stuff. If you think about someone, check on them. Check on them. If you know someone who you know for a fact they have shelved their dreams, check on them. Let them watch this video. Share with them. Thank you so much.